Hi guys, how you all doing today? I am going to count the bananas today. I have been planting them for a couple of years and I'm not exactly sure how many variety we are up to right now. But this is the dwarf Nyamwa variety, a very delicious one. And you can see it doesn't grow humongous, and I love this one very much because it doesn't need support from me at all, because it's just, look at the trunk. The trunk is very thick and it's a pretty strong one. And gives us very, very delicious bananas. So I would get this again. And this is a new variety I got last year, and this year probably gonna bear fruit. And on the corner they are lacatans, my friend says. And this one, I asked my neighbor to give me a little pop. This one is a truly tiny or a true dwarf Cavendish, but it's super short and it's just cute. I believe that one is a Saba. This one is a praying hands. Doesn't look well right now, but hopefully it's gonna get better and push out another healthier pot. These are also lacatans. This is a dwarf Nyamwa. This is a ladyfinger, very sweet variety dessert banana that I never tried yet. This is a manzano or apple banana. I love this variety so much. I just got this one this year. It is a blue java or ice cream banana. I bought this one as a plantain. It's a cooking banana actually. Very, very delicious. And I believe, and correct me if you know, I believe this is the Orinoco. It's very, very delicious. When it's ripe and it's cooked, super good. This is actually a plantain. This is the African rhino plantain. Needs a lot more rain. And this one, it is a banana variety that it ripens up very quickly. Just in a couple of weeks, the whole bunch ripens up. And the name is Kokopo. And when I was reading the name, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get this Kokopo. I mean, come on, that's like a funny name. So I was of course I also research before I get something, but I was amazed like how fast it ripens up. So that's a very good banana variety for that reason. These bananas are also lacatan, as my friend was saying, because when I bought this variety at the nursery, they didn't know what variety it was. They just sold it as banana. At the time, like 5-6 years ago, I had no idea there is so many variety of bananas. It didn't do anything for me for maybe 2-3 years till I realized what I needed to do to have a lot of bananas, and that's give it water, lots of mulch and compost. And bananas love organic compost, fertilizers, chop and drop. The thicker the mulch, the more banana racks, more banana bunches you're gonna have. And this one is also another manzano. I love manzano banana, so I was like, I had another, but I'm like, nothing wrong having more than just one. plant. And by the way, bananas are not trees, but more of a herbaceous plants. So I'm not too worried if somebody calling them trees or anything. I'm just saying that they are not trees. They are great in Florida, and they give you so much food. And I remember thinking a couple of years ago that I'm like, I kind of want to plant trees that I would have a hard time to find otherwise. Fruit-wise, and bananas, it's not one of them because it's so easy to find bananas at the store. But now that I know that it's pretty much Cavendish what they sell at the store, and sometimes Manzanos, and it's so different when you actually have a plant ripened banana, when it's ready, when it's all plumbed up and ready to go, and you can see the color a bit turns. Cut it off and put it up in your garage or whatever is the case, and it ripens up in very fast amount of time, in a couple of days, and it's very, very different from the store-bought one. Much more delicious. I'm not huge on bananas. Like, I was more of an apple person back in Europe, but now I'm like really, really enjoying these, what we have here. This is a different level of bananas, and you may think like, oh, bananas are so cheap, like 59 cents, whatever cents. It's like very, very cheap. Why would you waste your space with that? But in reality, you're gonna have so much. You're gonna have like 30 pounds, 50 pounds of them. A huge rack. You can cook it green, you can cook it as a vegetable, you can cook it when it's ripe, or you can eat it when it's ripe. So you're gonna have so much. So even though if it's 59 cents a pound, but now this is organic, and many times those go a lot higher, more than double. And with that said, now you have here $50 rack, and you know that that is organic. You will be happier eating it, knowing that you don't put all sort of chemicals on it, and you're gonna be happy sharing it with your family and friends, knowing that they're eating something really, really good for them. So I wouldn't change getting all these bananas, and I would definitely suggest to everybody to plant them, and they are easy if you give them what they need. What they love, it's a lot of organic matter, mulch. Now don't give this whole sort of colored up, full of chemical mulch. There is no reason, because now there is not organic anymore. You putting, like, that's not good for you. But of course, to each to own. I wouldn't do that. Personally, I like the all natural mulch, no color added, and just put all sort of compost down, kitchen scraps, put around the tree, and dig it down a little bit so wild animals not gonna smell it very easily. And water, very important, because they are thirsty. So whenever there is no rainy season, they still need some water source once in a while. And I did put bubblers, so those working out very well for me. And it's not a whole lot of water, but enough for them to get them through the dry season. And the other cool thing about banana plants, that they bear year round. We do get some cold snaps, and what happens when the cold stays a bit longer, they they slow down, they go dormant, they don't do much for a good while. So even if there is a wreck, almost ripen, it will take a lot longer than at summer months. Summer months, they can ripen up a lot quicker because of the weather conditions, because of the water source. They get a lot of rain and they love that. But winter time, that's not the case at my area. And actually this year I did lose a couple of bunches because they were kind of flowering just before the cold, and so I had to cut it down, but it was not a problem. I wasn't too sad about it, and I tell you why. Because I could use up the bunches and the whole banana plant as mulching the other pups, and that's no problem. I did have other bunches that they were almost ripened and they were better protected. They had a better microclimate, and those I was able to actually collect and enjoy them with the family and friends. So, it's just like everything else. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You just have to take your losses and call it a day. I wasn't too sad about it. It is what it is. Just cut down the plant, because each time you have a bunch, you kind of just cut down the plant, put it around your other existing banana plants, and so basically you give back the nutrients from that plant when it breaks down, and it will feed the next generation. So these are the varieties so far I planted. And some of them I planted, I bought several of them, and I planted several places, or I used up the pups to multiply them. And there will be, if you buy one, there will be so many more growing up. And these are the varieties, and so far we are up to 42 plants or edibles in the garden. And if this is your first time watching this channel, I'm trying to count how many fruit trees and edible plants I planted the last couple of years. And whoever guessing right, going to win a nice little package of cool plants, seeds, and cuttings, edible cuttings. Have a great day, you guys. See you later. Bye.